Welcome back to Deck Trains, the series where we look at a different train set from my collection every week. This is week 65. We've been doing this 15 months. So now it's time for part 2 of 3 parts of Streamlined steamers. From pre-war Germany, the prototype that is, not the model. The model this week is the 1985 Fleischmann number 4173, a rust red Deutsche Reichsbahn 462 Pacific Streamliner, the BR03-10, it's number 1001, also known as the Noble Stag. We will update last week's coaches with the newer express passenger coaches, new tooling for 1973. We'll do these in catalog order. We'll start with 5101, which is a baggage wagon, 5102, which is a post wagon, and wait a minute, what's on the screen? There we have a non-streamlined BR03 locomotive from post-war Germany, and we'll have a description about that at the end. Number 5103 is a first-class express wagon. Number 5104 is a second class. 5105 is the DSG Speisewagen. Wow, newer coaches, almost 20 years newer than the coaches from last week. They've got better details, better printing on the sides. They're lighter in weight, there's a lot more plastic being used now. Longer, and they're got full interiors. Wow! And we'll see a close-up of a first class coach to show you those interiors. In part 2, we're going to add 2 different coaches. Number 5106, a DSG Schlafwagen. That's an earlier edition from 1974. And we're going to add from 1981, number 5108, a Europe Nacht or TEN Schlafwagen. Hey, wait a minute. Don't forget the 5569 track cleaning car. Production of our prototype of this locomotive began in 1939 and 60 units were produced. They were designed for high-speed passenger service with the Deutsche Reichsbahn and had a top speed of 140 kilometers per hour. Our model ran at 108.8 kilometers per hour at 50% power, which is wow, more than twice as fast as production unit. You would think all 3 of these units would have the same speeds, but no, they don't, but they were pretty close. Following World War II, with the deterioration of rails and the rail system during the war years, the streamlining was removed on the surviving units. It's because high speeds were no longer obtainable and it was easier to access the locomotives for service. What did they look like? Well, remember the unstreamlined steamer from the beginning of this video? If you want a more in-depth look, check out week 13 for a post-war BR03. By the end of 1966, almost all the remaining units had been scrapped. 3 survive. 1 was put back into operation in 2011. Thanks for watching this week, folks. Tune in next week for a photo grade finale.